So today we are moving on to the new chapter, Force and Laws of Motion. Force and Laws of Motion, chapter 12. So let us now have some rewinding of your 8th standard chapter Force. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes. Ashik,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you mean by force?
A push or pull on an object is called as force.
Yes, a push or pull of an object is known as force. Okay.
Force.
Melvin, give an example for a force.
Gravitational force.
Huh?
Gravitational force.
Yeah, gravitational force. Savio,
Ma'am,
what
can you
type
say
of
the chapter name again?
force and laws of motion? Force and laws of motion. We have learned chapter force. Now you learn chapter motion. Now we are connecting both the concepts together and we are coming to little more advanced level of mechanics, mechanical engineering, laws of motion. Mainly we are studying Newton's 3 laws of motion. That is
Yes,
the
ma'am.
existence of entire universe. That laws, 3 laws. Our entire action, entire movement, entire life, whether is a biology or chemistry or physics, or entire living and non-living matter, mainly depends upon these 3 laws of motion. That is what we are going to discuss. Okay, Vishnu Priya, Melvin said gravitational force. What type of force is that? Your audio is working, Vishnu. You are saying it, but I can't hear you, Vishnu Priya. Audio? You are moving, your lips are moving, but I can't hear you. Okay, Vishnu Priya, I can't hear you. I don't know why. Okay. Let us now move on to Fia. Fia, what type of force is this gravitational force? Fia Harris. Okay, can
Can
you
I
tell
say?
me, wait Ashik. Fia, can you tell me 2 types of forces? We are divided 2 types of forces in 8th standard. Something you remember, Fia? No. Hadidi, which are the 2 types of force? We have divided the force into 2 types. Can you tell me that answer?
Contact force and non-contact.
Very good. Fia, did you listen that? So my question is, gravitational force is which force? Contact or non-contact?
Non-contact.
Yeah, non-contact. It is a non-contact force. Surya Krishna, can you give me the name of the contact forces?
Muscular force.
Muscular force. One more. Okay, at least he has given that. Vishnu Vivi, what is the second type of contact force? Muscular force is over. One more force we have learned. Very important force. What is that?
Last class I was not there, ma'am.
Hello, this is not last class. This is 8th standard portion. Okay. It is 8th standard what you learned, the chapter force. Yes, Haynes Steve, tell me another type of force, non-contact, I mean it's a contact force. Muscular force and one more.
Ma'am,
Mechanical force.
Mechanical force. That is okay. Machine force. That's a type of force. Meghana, can you give me the answer? Muscular force. One more force we learned as contact force.
Friction.
Yes.
Friction.
Someone? Friction. Correct. It's a frictional force. Okay. Apart from gravitational force, which are yes. Yeah, Emil, Aman, Shakir, on your videos. Come back. Yes. Yeah. John Samuel, which are the other two forces of non-contact? One is gravitational force, already told. Other two? Other two? Do you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Melvin, are you singing? Why are you singing? You only give me the answer. Which are the other two types of non-contact force, Melvin? Huh?
Mechanical force.
Which force?
Mechanical force.
Mechanical force is a non-contact force, Melvin. One is gravitational force, already one of your friends said. Do you remember other two types of force? Okay, anyone?
Electrostatic force.
Electrostatic force.
Static force, correct.
Magnetic.
Magnetic force. Yeah,
Magnetic.
which are the non-contact forces. Now, in this chapter, we are forgetting about all these type of forces. Again, we are coming to the action. Based on the action of the forces, we have two types of force, which is making an object to move or not to move. Either that force can move or not to move. And these are the two forces we are going to learn is balanced force and unbalanced force. Actually, balanced and unbalanced force are general. Under balanced force and unbalanced, both contact and non-contact force can come. I said in both balanced and unbalanced force, all the contact forces and non-contacted forces can come. Can come means it is there acting. Now let us move to one slide. Yes. Yeah. So here,
The slide is not visible.
not visible. Okay, I have to share it. Let me go back. Okay, I think I disabled. Something is coming, I disabled. Okay, let me check. Security. Where's the security? I clicked somewhere, I think. I cannot share it. What happened? One minute. I did
Yes,
I
ma'am.
click. Can you see now? I think I have disabled or something. Let me.
No, ma'am.
You
No,
can
ma'am,
see
it
it.
is not visible.
It is not visible, ma'am.
Because I'm getting message. It is disabled. Host disabled. Participant screen sharing.
But you are the host, you know.
I don't know. I must have clicked
No,
somewhere.
Megan is the host. No.
Ma'am, somebody might log in.
Megan is the host.
Anyone is logged in there? As a host, anyone is logged in there?
Meghna.
Meghna, can you leave the meeting, please? Leave me, because for you, I am disabled the meeting, but for me, I can show you. So Meghna, you leave the meeting and join. That's why. I am not the host, so I can't do anything. Okay, let me see now. Oh, what happened? It's not moving. Nothing. Meghna, oh, she left the meeting, no? What happened?
Yes, ma'am.
No idea.
Ma'am, then restart the meeting.
Our time is wasting, that's all. Hmm? When class.
Ma'am, now you are the host.
Now I am host. So don't
Yes,
come
ma'am.
in host chair. Okay, I can't do anything.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. That's why I was wondering. I did not click it. Who has done the thing? Okay. Okay, students. So here you are having a table, and on the table there is a wooden block is there. So we are now first moving on to balanced force. So you can see these two arrows on the top. If you look at the size of the two arrows, this indicates that there are two forces which are acting on the wooden block. They are in equal and opposite. It is equal and opposite direction. So when we talk about non-contact force, every object experiences gravitational force. Every object experiences a gravitational force. Every object experiences a gravitational force downwards. When we are experiencing a gravitational force, there is an equal and opposite force which is acting in upward direction. And we call that force as upthrust. That we have not learned. We are learning in this chapter only.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
this upthrust and buoyancy has been deleted for you. Actually, it is deleted from this year.
Why,
For
ma'am?
your, yeah, because of lack of time. Online, 33% of your syllabus has cut short. I already told you. In that, this part is there. But in this, I have to mention it. So that's why I am taking it. What do you mean by upthrust? You have learned in small classes.
The force that pull upwards.
It is the force exerted by fluids. It is the force exerted by the fluids on any object. What do you mean by the fluids? Fluids actually,
Liquids.
that only, correct. Liquids and gases. So generally we call liquids and gases common name fluids. Correct? Clear? So force exerted by fluids. So in this case, this wooden box has been acted upon by the air. Upthrust, so when gravitational force is pulling this wooden box downward, upthrust, the force exerted by the air pulling this wooden box in upward. So that is what we call upthrust force. Now, this upthrust and gravitational force, they both are equal and opposite. Similarly, here we can say it's a frictional force, and here maybe some motion force, the force which is making to move. In this case, in this side also both are equal and opposite. Because all the forces acting on this table is equal and opposite, then we can say that this wooden box experiencing a balanced force. At this point, all the forces acting on this wooden box are equal and opposite. So it cannot move. It cannot move. It is lying on the table. Now it is, we can say, it experiencing a balanced force. This is what happens in your daily life also. Now all of you are sitting. All of you are sitting on the chair. You are holding the book. Again, all the videos are off. Again,
No, ma'am.
I am seeing, I am changing your place. I am looking at everyone. So we can see that at present now, you all are sitting there. Some of you can take the pen and write without falling. You can keep the book on the table. You can sit in the chair everywhere properly because you also experiencing a balanced force. Yeah. So someone just snatch the pen from your hand. Maybe if your brother or sister comes and snatch the pen from your hand, then you can say that pen did not experience balanced force. It has experienced an unbalanced force because due to snatching, the position of the pen changed. So this is what happened when you drop the pen down now. Now that pen is not in a balanced force stage because it has changed its position. So the definition of balanced force, we can say that the forces which do not change, the state of rest or state of motion of an object after applying on it. Then force is known as balanced force. Okay, so this is the meaning of balanced force.
Yes.
So when you say balanced force, all contact, non-contact, everything will combine and come. Now you are now remaining in our 1 minute. Excuse me. So now you are living on this universe because you are experiencing a balanced force. That's why you are existing in the
Yes, ma'am.
universe. Yeah. If you run, yes, Adidev, what are you doing with that player? Adidev,
ma'am.
what is balanced force? Adi,
The force which we experience are same
experience are same,
in both direction.
both
Equal.
direction, equal.
Equal.
Is that the balanced force? What you are doing with the player, Adi? Huh?
No, ma'am, it's something fell here, so I cut it.
You cut. Okay. John Samuel, what is balanced force? Partially, Adi, what Adi said partially correct, but I didn't get the correct definition. Can you tell?
Ma'am, several force acting on a body is zero.
Body is zero. Body is zero. When body is zero, what will happen to the object? Tell me. Okay, anyone can add with John Samuel's answer?
The force which do not change the state of rest
Or
state of motion.
state of motion. Okay. So balanced force, when several forces are acting on an object, it becomes zero, which makes an object does not change from its state of rest or state of motion. State of rest or state of motion. So what is balanced force? All the forces acting on an object which does not change the state of rest or state of motion is known as balanced force. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now we are moving on to unbalanced force. So now understood what do you mean by balanced force?
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
someone pushes you, you may fall or you have change. That time you are experiencing unbalanced force. That's a simple example. Yeah. Okay. So this is from your textbook. A picture is given. If you look at the first figure, the first arrow on the top arrow indicates the force applied by these two boys. These two boys are trying to push this heavy box. Now look at the down arrow. Down arrow indicates the opposite force, that is frictional force, which is opposing their activity. Now both arrows are same size. That means it is experiencing balanced force now. It does not move. Now second figure you see. In second figure, arrow is become larger. That means what is the meaning of that size of the arrow become larger?
The force applied is
Yeah, more. Now the forces, they applied more force. But look at the arrow, a down arrow. Down arrow has the same size. That means now
friction
also,
does not change.
now also frictional force is equal and opposite to it. Now also it is experiencing balanced force. Now look at the third figure. Third figure, what happened to the top arrow?
More force is applied.
More. And what about the small arrow?
The
Small
same.
arrow, small arrow is frictional force. Now we applied a force which changes or which overcame the frictional force, or we defeated the frictional force. Then you can see the box started moving. Now at this point we can say that this box experienced an unbalanced force. This experienced an unbalanced force. So what do you mean by unbalanced force? Just opposite. If all the forces acting on an object changes the state of rest or state of motion, then we can say they apply unbalanced force. So just make a change. In the first definition, you made the change, which does not. Here, you change that definition by changing which changes. All the forces acting on an object which changes or which makes. So the force which makes an object to change its state of rest or position. Rest means position or state of motion. Another word we can say state of motion. Then this force is known as unbalanced force. Then the force is known as unbalanced force. So unbalanced force can be contact, can be non-contact, anything at all. Okay. The force which makes an object change its state of rest, position or state of motion, then force is known as unbalanced force.
Ma'am, then the first one, it will become every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
That is, we are coming to that point. That's why I told Newton's 3 laws. We are coming to that law. Everyone knows this law, action and reaction. That is the third law of motion.
Yes, ma'am.
That is third law of motion. Before we go to third law of motion, this is the main essence of first law of motion. An object remain its state of rest or state of motion unless an external unbalanced force applies. That's what we are moving on to. Next is laws of motion, Newton's first law of motion. Once you learn balanced force, we are moving on to Newton's first law of motion. Next, Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion, also known as law of inertia. This is also known as law of inertia.
Last year we studied, ma'am.
Yeah, last year, did we learn about inertia?
7th.
7th you learned, yes. Nirupama, you remember anything about 7th standard? What do you mean by inertia?
The state of rest
State of rest or
of an object or
object. Yeah. So that's partially correct. Actually, what is that? Inertia is the inherent property. It is the inherent property of an object to remain its state of rest or state of motion. Inertia is the inherent property of an object to remain its state of rest or state of motion. Every object, even myself, you, everyone, your entire chemical structure has this one of the property that first you resist the change. Then what we have to do? every object in the universe has this inherent property. Inherent property means we all believe we are made up of chemical substances. Our entire body is a chemical body because our body is full of calcium, potassium, blood contain iron. Through the plants, through the food, we get all that. That's why our body decays, our body burn into ashes because we are chemical body. So every object in the universe has a property. Inherent property means by birth, by formation, your structure. It's not our physical, I am talking about the structure. Our particle nature has got a property that is inertia. That is, you always resist any change. Okay. So that is inertia, and inertia depends upon mass of a body. Inertia depends upon the mass of a body. That's an important point. Okay. What is the measurement of mass? The measurement of mass is inertia. Okay. So heavier object will have more inertia than lighter objects. Heavier object will have more inertia than lighter objects. That you know. Suppose a heavy wooden box and a small wooden box. If you apply a 10 Newton on small wooden box, it may move. But same force you apply on heavy wooden box, it may not be.
It will not move.
It will not move. So why? It has more inertia. It has more inertia than other box. Okay.
Ma'am, can you show that inertia one more time?
Inertia.
Yes, ma'am.
It is the inherent. 1 minute. It is the inherent property of an object to remain its state of rest or state of motion. Can I change?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So time up. First I just conclude this section by showing this. So already you know about state of rest. Now look at this picture. You can see what is this. One small girl, a girl sliding on a skating. But she has kept a one table. I mean say one suitcase, I think so. Suitcase kept on the top. Chechi, kudichittilla. 1 minute, excuse me. So you can see how well that girl is balanced her movement. Clear? Actually, it's a skating board. On the top, she has kept the suitcase, and on the top of suitcase, she is lying on it. Okay. So this is a part of first law of motion. So she continues to move. She continues to move in this straight line motion. You can see that by looking at the picture, it is moving in a straight line. Okay. But if someone just hit her or just push her, naturally she will lose her balance and she will fall down. So this is the Newton's first law. An object remains in a state of rest or uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change that state by an applied force. Actually, the applied force is what we call unbalanced force. Okay? Okay,
Yes,
children?
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the statement.
ma'am.
Very important statement. An object remains in a state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change that state by an applied force or applied unbalanced force.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So now time to wind up the session. This is Newton's first law and law of
Yes, ma'am.
inertia. Okay, students. Can I close it? Some are
Yes,
writing.
ma'am.
It is in your textbook also. It is there. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am.